today? Nice. How you doing, Mudasser?
Hello, Maya. Today I'm going to interview you on the power of positively thinking and how to reframe your mindset. I will ask you few questions and I would like you to answer me.
How's the day coming along so far?
Shall we start?
Uh, sure. Let's.
Okay, my first question is what does positive thinking actually mean in a practical sense?
I think a lot of people mistake it for just like relentlessly being cheerful, but it's more about approaching challenges with the expectation that things can improve and focusing on solutions instead of dwelling on problems. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff, it's about how you interpret it. Gotcha.
How does a person's mindset influence their daily life and decisions?
Big time. Your mindset is basically the lens through which you see everything. So, if you generally assume the worst, you'll probably look for evidence to confirm that and make decisions based on fear or avoidance. A more positive mindset encourages openness to new experiences and better problem solving, which naturally impacts your choices. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, really.
Why do negative thoughts develop so easily compared to positive ones?
That's kind of baked into our brains, I think. Evolutionarily, it was more important to focus on threats than opportunities. Negativity grabs our attention. That's a survival mechanism. Plus, our brains have something called a negativity bias, where we register negative experiences more strongly than positive ones. So, yeah, it takes effort to actively cultivate positive thought patterns. It doesn't just happen automatically.
What are the most common cognitive distortions people experience?
Oh, where to start? There are a bunch. All or nothing thinking is a big one, seeing things in black and white. Then there's catastrophizing, jumping to the worst possible conclusion. Personalization, where you blame yourself for everything, and mental filtering, focusing only on the negative details and ignoring the positives. It's like our brains are masters of twisting reality.
What does it mean to reframe a thought? Please share me an example so that I may understand it very well.
Reframing is basically taking a negative thought and looking at it from a different angle. It's not about denying the negativity, but about challenging its interpretation. For example, say you didn't get a promotion at work. A negative thought might be, I'm a failure. Reframing that could be, okay, this is disappointing, but it doesn't mean I'm a failure. Maybe this just isn't the right role for me right now. It gives me the opportunity to explore other options or focus on developing skills in other areas. See, same situation, totally different take.
Okay, Maya, can you explain how reframing works from a psychological perspective?
All right. So, from a psychological perspective, reframing taps into cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT principles. Essentially, our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected. When you change the way you think about something, it directly impacts how you feel and how you act. Reframing works by disrupting those negative thought patterns and creating more adaptive ones. It challenges those underlying beliefs that are driving the distress. It doesn't change the event itself, but it changes your relationship to it, lessening its emotional power. It's about building cognitive flexibility.
How can positive thinking improve emotional well being? And what are
It's
some
not a
daily practices that help build a positive mindset?
Well, gratitude journaling is pretty popular and seems to actually work. Forcing yourself to write down things you're thankful for shifts your focus. Regular exercise is huge, releases endorphins and all that. Mindfulness and meditation, even just for a few minutes a day, can help you become more aware of your thought patterns and interrupt the negativity. And honestly, surrounding yourself with positive people makes a difference. It's contagious in a good way.
Okay, what are effective strategies to challenge limit belief?
Limiting beliefs are sneaky. A good first step is to actually identify them. What stories are you telling yourself about what you can or can't do? Once you know what they are, start questioning them. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Is there evidence to support it, or is it just an assumption? What would happen if belief? It also helps to look for counterexamples, people who've succeeded where you believe you can't. And sometimes you just need to take small, uncomfortable actions that challenge the belief directly. Baby steps.
Is positive thinking the same as ignoring problems or being unrealistic?
Absolutely not. That's a really common misconception. Positive thinking isn't about sticking your head in the sand and pretending everything's perfect. It's about facing problems with a sense of optimism and a belief in your ability to overcome them. Ignoring problems is avoidance, which is the opposite of constructive. Realistic optimism acknowledges the challenges but focuses on finding solutions and maintaining hope rather than getting paralyzed by negativity. It's a subtle but important difference.
What impact does environment have on someone's mindset?
Huge impact, honestly. Your surroundings can really shape how you think and feel. A cluttered, stressful environment tends to breed negative thoughts. Being around negativity, whether it's toxic people or just a generally pessimistic atmosphere, can be draining. But a supportive, inspiring environment can lift your spirits and encourage a more positive outlook. That's why people talk about curating your feed online and being mindful of who you spend time with. It's all connected.
What is the connection between mindset and motivation?
They're totally intertwined. Your mindset fuels your motivation. If you believe you're capable of achieving something, a growth mindset, you're naturally more motivated to put in the effort. If you have a fixed mindset, believing your abilities are limited, you're less likely to even try because you fear. Motivation comes from that internal belief that your efforts will actually make a difference. It's a kind of self-propelling cycle, really.
What are some habits that destroys positive thinking?
Oh, plenty. Constant complaining is a big one. It just reinforces negativity. Overthinking and dwelling on the past. Comparing yourself to others, especially on social media. Spending too much time with negative people. Consuming a lot of negative news. And honestly, just generally focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right. It's like slowly poisoning your own mental state.
How do goals and purpose influence someone's ability to stay positive?
They're massive. Having clear goals gives you something to work toward, a sense of direction, and a reason to stay motivated, even when things get tough, and a strong sense of purpose. Knowing why you're doing what you're doing provides a deeper level of resilience. When you're connected to something bigger than yourself, setbacks feel less devastating. It's easier to maintain a positive outlook when you have a reason to believe things will ultimately be worthwhile. Make sense?
What role do sportive relationships play in building a positive mindset?
Seriously, a huge role. Supportive relationships are like a buffer against stress and negativity. Having people who believe in you, encourage you, and offer a listening ear can make all the difference. They can help you reframe negative thoughts, celebrate your successes, and remind you of your worth when you're feeling down. It's just hard to stay positive when you're constantly surrounded by criticism or negativity. Good relationships nourish the soul.
What final advice would you give to someone struggling with negativity or self doubt?
Okay, if I had to boil it down to one thing, it would be kinder to yourself. We're often our own harshest critics. Practice self compassion. Treat yourself with the same understanding and encouragement you would offer a friend. And remember that changing your mindset is a process, not an overnight fix. There will be setbacks. Don't beat yourself up over them. Just acknowledge them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. It takes practice, but it's absolutely worth it.
Thank you for your help. Bye bye.
Oh, all right. Have a good one.